morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing from. I'm Laura Thompson with TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach, and you're tuned into the coffee break. And, I was just sitting here kind of minding my own business, and two very phenomenal people walked up. I didn't know them. I met them online, but I didn't know them in person. And so, they walked up all dressed up and said they wanted to have coffee with me. And I hate to drink coffee alone, so I said, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, so good morning, and thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit on the coffee break. So before we get started with the interview, it's traditional, that we ask each one of you a little biographical information, like who you are, what you do, where you're from, why you do it, all those good things. So we're going to start with you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. We're grateful to spend some time with you. My name is Anthony P.A.
Okay.
I'm the assistant pastor at Cleft of the Rock Church, one of the founders. Have a background in corporate America for about 10 years. I have an undergrad in psychology, a graduate degree in community counseling.
Okay.
I'm working on a second master's degree in ministry right now in seminary, and I own my own counseling practice here in San Antonio called Pursuing Joy.
Okay.
Been at Cleft of the Rock Church the whole 10 years, our 10-year anniversaries coming up in September. And we get to do a lot of great things, there. So I'm proud and honored to contribute and excited to be here today.
Wow, well, we're glad to have you.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Dr. Stephanie Hill. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer at Cleft of the Rock Church.
Okay.
I'm also the Executive Director for TAB Academy. I've been there for about 9.5 years. My educational background, a little bit about that. I went to St. Mary's, have my bachelor's degree in speech communication. From Schreiner, I got my master's degree in educational leadership and curriculum and instruction, and I just finished my doctorate degree back in September, and then that's in healthcare administration with a concentration on business administration.
Wow.
So all of the things, I'm done going to school for now, but I get the distinct pleasure of serving and working at Cleft of the Rock Church under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Les Bramlett and his wife, Lady T.
Wow, so y'all are the dynamic duo, with y'all's combined experience in education. You can't go wrong. So y'all got the right leadership at Cleft of the Rock. So tell us a little bit about Cleft of the Rock and, how y'all got started and, how long you've been in existence and, the communities that you serve.
Yes, ma'am. So in September 11th, 2016, Dr.
Wow.
Les and Lady T, Lady Tracy Bramlett, they were given a vision years ago, actually in 1995, but it actually came to fruition in 2011. Those two and 6 others, including myself and my wife, we decided to plant the church, had our first hotel. We had our first service in the hotel, the Holiday Inn by SeaWorld. Didn't know who was going to show up. We had about 100 people show up to our first service.
Really? Wow.
We grew out of the hotel after about a year. We were taking up too much space, so we moved to a outdoor location, outdoor style church, until we found another place that we borrowed for a couple months. Then we renovated a storefront. We grew and burst from the seams there. And then we moved out to the 5 acres of land that we're on now, where we were doing church without walls for 2 years during COVID. We renovated another building, and then we built our new edifice that we have now. So the last 10 years, God has been kind to us, and we've been able to grow our community to a little over 500 members, about 100 kids in our youth ministry, and several different programs that we do for our community.
Wow, so that's called faith and work.
Yes, ma'am. We work hard. Our community is a resilient but a hard-working community.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like to have that kind of growth and to have that kind of dedication and commitment and consistency, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So, I can see y'all growing more and more. Because 10 years is not, really that long.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a big deal. And to have 100 members or people to come out the first time y'all open your doors to a hotel, that's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, we were shocked, but God was kind to us.
Wow, that's phenomenal. And so tell us a little bit about the daycare, because we're talking about TAB, And so is TAB the name of it, or is it an acronym for
Yes,
something?
so it's called Tab Academy, and
Okay.
we're paying homage to Lady Tracy Bramlett.
Okay.
She started the first youth ministry, and she had a version of Tab that she had while her husband was working in the Air Force. She had an at-home daycare,
Wow.
and then when we opened the church, she started the first youth ministry. So to pay homage in her, those are her acronyms, and it just rolls off the tongue. It sounds nice. So Tab Academy.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, you're open right now? When did y'all open?
So we were we had our licensing interview in November 2025.
Okay.
We got licensed December 2025, and then we opened our doors March 2nd.
Wow, that's pretty phenomenal. You're brand new. So,
Yes.
so what is your capacity in the age group?
So we have a capacity to service 112 students,
Okay.
and we service students pre-K, 18 months to pre-K. So that's the goal, 6:30 a.m. to
Oh, the
6:30
little
p.m.
ones.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So is that around the clock? Because I know some PK kids go to school half a day. So do y'all provide the PK service within TAB, or do they come to your school after they get out of there?
So right now we offer full-time and part-time services for students ages 18 months to up to pre-K.
Okay.
And then we also offer a summer camp program. And so that is for 18 months all the way up to fifth grade. And that is from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, wow. So that's phenomenal. So y'all getting ready to open up for your summer program, huh?
Correct.
So when does that start?
It starts the first Monday in June.
Wow, that's next week,
Yes, ma'am.
isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
that's next
Yeah.
week.
Time is flying.
Wow. So before y'all got licensed, had it already been built, or what's the story on that? How did it?
Yeah, so we built this actually with the child care in mind. We knew that we wanted to build a community with a church in the middle. So we built the child care in mind. That was predetermined. We have a nice cafe area where people can come and spend time, use the Wi-Fi, and really have a community-centric space. We have a beautiful gym, high school regulated gym, volleyball and basketball, so the youth really get to take advantage of that space.
Wow.
But we built it in mind. So this is a brand new $5 million building where we were forward thinking and making sure that we had space carved out for this elite learning academy.
Wow. So we have some great visionaries in the house today, to visualize it and then actually implement it, and then have people come in. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah, well, Dr. Les is really the head visionary. Dr. Hill and I, we bought into the vision, contributed to the vision, but if it wasn't for him and us, admiring the visionary that he is, he really pushed us to collaborate and apply some ingenuity to get this thing off the ground. And Dr. Hill really took it from Dr. Les's vision and actually materialized it and put all the things in place. So really owe a lot of credit to her as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's really just looking at what the community needed. So we kind of did a needs assessment, and we are in far west San Antonio on 90 in Montgomery. And so that's essentially a child care desert. So knowing that there are families that have children that have no place to go, we saw that as a need, and we really wanted to make sure we were meeting the need not only of our church community but the community at large. And then so within our child care, we use Teaching Strategies Gold curriculum, so that helps us get students prepared for kindergarten. And so that comes with the pre-assessment piece, so we can test to see where the kids are academically, and then scaffold up or scaffold down to really get them on track or get them over prepared so they're excelling when they get into the classroom.
Wow. Well, what I really like about the vision is that whoever the ultimate visionary was, he had the vision to incorporate young people to lead the way, and to keep that path and trailblaze that path, because sometimes a visionary will kind of stop at themselves, and they're not really, and not to say that the visionary is old, but you can't do all of it yourself, and then you need young, fresh ideas and energy
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep it going.
And
to get it
Dr.
going.
Les and Lady T are really good about that. Pastor Anthony and I, as millennials, are able to give us a vision and then help us. It's limitless. We have a $5 million property out there. We have a full-size gym. We have all of this space. So there's nothing we can't do to meet the needs of our community.
Wow. So y'all have built a community, because a lot of times, you know, you have to go to church, and then you have to go to a community center. You got to go to another summer program. You know, if you want to, you know, play basketball or sports, you know, all of those things are compartmentalized, but y'all have brought everything together under one roof, which is a phenomenal vision and a great initiative and idea.
Yes, ma'am. That was our goal. You don't have to be religious to be part of community, and we wanted people to be able to come to our space and have all of their needs met, from different literacy programs that we do, sports literacy, different educational programs. So you may not come there because of faith, but you come there because of community. And I think that's one of the greatest things. We learned a new word in doing the research: childcare desert. An interesting fact: my daughter is actually enrolled. She's 3. She's enrolled in Tab Academy, but she was on a waiting list of a childcare that my oldest daughter, who's 7, went to, and she's been on that waiting list for 3 years. So that spoke to the need for the childcare desert, and hit home for me personally, which is why we're so convicted and so passionate about making sure that Tab Academy meets the needs of the community that we're a part of.
And, you know, just being on that waiting list, that's a testament that there is a great need, because people are not leaving those slots.
We left her on the list.
Right, just in case, huh?
Yes,
so, but to have, you know, slots for 112 kids, that's a big, you know, big license. So that's a lot of daycares are, you know, not licensed for that many kids at that age. So that's pretty phenomenal.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do y'all hope to today? You know, what do you want the viewers to know about Tab Academy, and how can they get their kids registered, and summer's coming up, you know, how can they get involved in a summer program, all of those things?
Yeah, so they can definitely reach out to us by phone. Our phone number is 210-517-0446. And this isn't just childcare. We call it an elite learning academy, because we're really invested in teaching the students and making sure they're prepared for what their next step is. It may be someone that's just here for the summer, but it may be the 18-month-old that's going to matriculate through our program and go into the classroom in kindergarten and really be ready to excel and do their best there. And then we also pride ourselves in being a family at TAB. There are 2 specific students that I can think of. One of them, this was their first time in childcare. And they came in, they weren't as verbal, and the parents were like, wow, they're coming home, they're saying these words, they're talking in complete sentences. So they've just really been growing, and they've been able to see the development in their child. And it's not just something we're saying that we do. No, the parents are giving us their feedback. And then in addition, we've had some parents trust their child to us, like this is their first time leaving their kid, and some parents, you're there more than you're at home. You're there for 8 to 9 hours a day. So we really just want to thank the families that trust us, and we want to invite others. If you're looking for elite early learning, Tab Academy is here, and we hope that you guys will reach out to us.
Yeah, I think it's just an amazing opportunity to have kids that are ready by the time they get to kindergarten, right? Oftentimes we see some kids that just didn't have the right development or right exposure. And so when they first hit kindergarten, it's a little bit of a challenge. But our goal is to see kids that are above par, that are ready for kindergarten. And that's why we've invested so heavily in the curriculum and the furnishing that we have, the community-driven space. To see those kind of results in the first 45 days of a first-time child care student, I think is amazing. But that doesn't really scratch the surface of all of the results and benefits that the kids that participate in Tab Academy are going to see.
Wow. And I've had an opportunity to work with kids in a lot of different programs, and you know, parents are amazed, you know, at how the growth of their kids, but they're just not exposed to that kind of environment. And so if they're not exposed to it, you know, they may not talk, or they may not learn their alphabets when they should, or the colors or whatever. but it sounds like that you all have a perfect atmosphere for kids to learn, and that you're committed to a great learning environment to prepare kids for the future.
Yes, ma'am.
And so,
I would like to say that we pride ourselves in safety and security first and foremost. Kids need a structured environment as well, and I know given this economy, parents need to get out there to work. When I dropped my kids off to childcare at the first, I was just nervous. I cried like a baby when I dropped them off, but knowing that it's a safe, family-oriented place makes it easier for parents to enter into the workforce, knowing that their kids are taken care of and where they need to be. So I would say schedule a tour ASAP to come see our space. You'll get to see Dr. Hill firsthand, live and living color. You may see me floating around, but come see the space for yourself.
where can they go, or give us the phone number again where they can contact you?
So that phone number is 210-517-0446.
Okay, do you have a web address?
Yes, ma'am. mytabacademy.com. You can go out on there, see all of our information, fill out an interest form. It comes directly to our correspondence, and somebody reaches out within 24 to 48 hours to get you scheduled.
Okay. So get those kids. Y'all know y'all need to work, but also you want your kids to have other kids to play with in the summer, meet new people and learn new skills and get educated.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've been tuned into the Coffee Break on TNTV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with the global reach. And thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
And we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you for having us.
It was nice meeting you.